Alrighty, guys, we're 5-1 in our last 6 NBA tier package bets on my website. And if you want to see which one of these plays on these videos that I'm actually betting on personally, you may want to think about signing up for my NBA package on pt.1.com/BrockPage. And I'll explain a little bit more about that in just a moment. But before we go ahead and move on, just want to take a quick time out and welcome you to my Major League Baseball Part 1 video here today for Tuesday, April 25th, 2023. Happy Tuesday to you. Hopefully you're having a good week. My name is Brock Page. I've been dishing out free sports picks right here on YouTube since 2016. I also sell my personal sports bets on patreon.com/BrockPage. And once again, guys, I'm 5-1 in my last 6 NBA tier package bets on that site. And the good news is I have another NBA tier pack. I don't know what I'm thinking here. I have another NBA tier package play going off here this evening. Wow, what a great promo. Really nailed it. Really just hammered that one home. Anyway, guys, I have another NBA tier package play going off this evening. And if you sign up for that membership here today, you are going to get access to that package for the next 30 days. And as an added bonus, guys, you're also going to get access to all of my cheaper memberships absolutely free. They're going to be included with your purchase. I currently have over 530 members who are signed up and active on my website right now. And you may be wondering what the difference is between what I do here on YouTube and what I do on my website. Well, what I do here on YouTube is I'll handicap the entire slate of games in any given sport, side, and total. And what I do on my website is I actually share with you which one of these free plays on these videos that I'm actually betting on personally. And with that, let's go ahead and dive into some free content. We're going to take a look at the Rockies at the Guardians, 6:10 p.m. East. Cleveland's minus 205, totals 8 runs. Peyton Battenfield for Cleveland, Ryan Feltner for Colorado. Now, Feltner's walked 14 batters already, has an ERA in the 6s. And even if he pitches well, he may not get the run support he needs. This Rockies lineup is scoring just 3.1 runs a game on the road, and they're in the bottom 3 in road hits. Now, they're facing Peyton Battenfield, who's looked really good in a handful of innings. The righty's got a 1.69 ERA and a sub-1 whip. Now, these Cleveland hitters, they've also been very selective at the dish. Not only do they rarely strike out, they're also walking more times a game at home than any other franchise in the majors except for one. Big free pass team. Stephen Kwan and Josh Bell, they're leading the club in walks at the plate. Meanwhile, Jose Ramirez, he has a team-high 16 ribbies. Now, injury-wise, Chris Bryant and Ryan McMahon, they are both questionable for Colorado. When it comes to the total in this one, the Rockies are 9-5 to the under in their travels. Meanwhile, Cleveland saw 60% of their contests at Progressive Field stay under the total as well. Give me Cleveland minus 1.5, under 8 runs in that tight window. Next game, Red Sox at the O's, 6:35 Eastern first pitch. Baltimore's minus 155, totals 8.5. Kyle Bradish for Baltimore, Corey Kluber for Boston. Now, Klubs has been awful this season with Boston. He's 0-4 with an ERA in the 8s. And as good as this Boston lineup is, they are averaging fewer road hits a game than most clubs in the American League. Now, they're going to have to face Kyle Bradish, who's yet to allow an earned run this season. This O's lineup is nearly in the top 5 in run production as well. So this team getting the job done on both sides of things. Now, Jorge Mateo, he's hitting .358 with an OPS in the thousands. Meanwhile, Austin Hayes is hitting .305 with a handful of homers. Now, injury-wise for the Red Sox, Duvall and Mondesi are still out. Chang is questionable. When it comes to the total, the Red Sox are 8-3 to the over in their last 11 on the road. They're also 71% to the over for the entire season. Meanwhile, Baltimore saw 7 out of their last 10 gatherings with the Red Sox get over the line. Give me the O's minus 155, over 8.5. Next contest, Dodgers-Pirates, 6:35 East. The LA Dodgers are minus $1.20 on the road, totals 8.5. Noah Syndergaard for Los Angeles, Johan Oviedo for Pittsburgh. Now, Ovi struck out 25 batters in just 24 plus. He's also got an ERA in the low twos. Now, the Pirates are winning 70% of their contests at PNC Park, and they're amongst the National League leaders in runs per contest. Connor Joe's hitting .357 with an OPS in the thousands. Meanwhile, Jack Sawinski and Brian Reynolds, they each have 5 home runs respectively. Now they're facing Noah Syndergaard, who's 0-3 on the year, with an ERA dangerously close to 5. And really surprising to me here, this Dodger pitching staff, they've just not been getting the job done on the road. They're actually allowing double-digit hits a game while traveling. And in addition to that, they allow more runs a game on the road than any other franchise in the National League right now. I mean, that's just incredible. This is arguably the best, one of the best pitching staffs on paper. Now, injury-wise, we are looking at Hudson, Nelson, Reyes, Gonsolin, Grove, and Pepio. They're all in the IL. They're all pitchers. They're all in the IL from that Dodger pitching staff. And on top of it, Max Muncy, he's been downgraded to doubtful. And when it comes to the total, 8 out of LA's last 11 road games did get over the number. Gee, I wonder why. They let everybody on base. Now, Pittsburgh on the other side, they saw overs recently against the likes of Colorado and St. Louis. Give me Pittsburgh. I have it as plus 120. It's even money. Give me Pittsburgh plus $1 over 8.5. Is it? It's Pittsburgh. Yeah, it's Pittsburgh even money. Pittsburgh plus $1. All right, next matchup. Astros Rays 640 East. Tampa Bay's minus 185. Total 7.5. Drew Rasmussen for Tampa Bay. Luis Garcia for Houston. Now, Luis got just 1 win on the season with an ERA in the 5s. And in their last 10 head-to-head meetings with Tampa Bay, these Astros hitters have been held to just 3.2 runs per contest. Now, they're facing Drew Rasmussen, who's got 3 wins on the year already with an ERA of 2.01. Now, the righty's got 26 strikeouts and just 22 plus, along with a .94 whip. Now, as a team, the Rays are a staggering 14-0 at Tropicana Field. Randy Arozarena is hitting .353 with an OPS in the thousands. Randy's also third in the bigs in RBI. Meanwhile, Yandy Diaz is hitting .313 and leads the club in homers. Now, injury-wise, Siri's still out for Tampa. Brantley, Altuve, Alvarez, and McCormick still out for Houston. When it comes to the total, Houston went 60% to the over on the road this year. Meanwhile, Tampa is currently 10-4 to the over at the Trop. Give me Tampa Bay minus 185, over 7.5. Next contest, Mariners, Phillies, 640 Citizens Bank Park. Seattle's minus $1.20 on the road, totals 8. Logan Gilbert for Seattle, Bailey Falter for Philly. And even though Falter's had a tough time getting the W, he does come into today's start with a 1.18 whip. And believe it or not, guys, this Philly lineup's averaging just about double-digit hits a game. Brandon Marsh is hitting .364 and actually leads the majors in OPS right now. Meanwhile, Alec Boehm's hitting the 300s with a team best 18 RBI. They're facing a Ranger team who lost 4 out. They're facing a Mariner team who lost 4 out of their last 6. And they have a tough time getting on base. They're nearly in the bottom 5 in the league in hits per contest. And as solid as Gilbert's been, this Mariner pitching staff has struggled with base runners on the road. Now, injury-wise, Moore and Trammell are still out for the M's. Harper and Hall still in the IL for Philly. When it comes to the total, Philadelphia saw overs recently against the likes of Colorado, the White Sox, and the Reds. Meanwhile, Seattle has gone 70% to the over against National League opponents. Give me Philadelphia plus $1 over 8. And with that, guys, we're going to jump into our next and final breakdown for the video. It's going to be in the Rangers-Reds game, 6:40 p.m. East. Texas is minus 145, totals 9.5. Martin Perez for Texas, Luke Weaver for Cincinnati. And after just 6 innings of work, Weaver's got himself an ERA in the 6s already. Now, this Reds pitching staff allows nearly a dozen hits a game on average at the Great American Ballpark. They're facing a Texas lineup who loves to pound the baseball. They're leading the AL West in run production. Adolis Garcia has 7 home runs and leads the majors in runs batted in. Meanwhile, Marcus Semien has a handful of homers along with 21 ribbies himself. Now, starting pitcher Martin Perez, he also has 3 wins on the year already with an ERA in the 3s. When it comes to the injury report, Seager and Garver are still out for Texas. Joey Votto is still in the IL for Cincy. When it comes to the total, Cincy's 8-5 to the over in their own city. Meanwhile, Texas is going 70% to the over away from Arlington. Give me the Rangers minus 145 over 9. And with that, guys, we're going to jump into our quick pick recap. Give me Cleveland minus 1.5 under 8 runs. Baltimore minus 155 over 8.5. I'm 5-1 on my last 6 NBA tier package bets on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage. Pittsburgh Pirates plus $1 over 8.5. Tampa Bay minus 185 over 7.5 hook. Philadelphia plus $1 over 8 runs. With my next and final free pick, give me Texas minus 145 over 9.